So it's been a while since I've last updated y'all on my makeup budget and my low buy. I don't remember the last time I updated you. I think it was before I bought my CoverGirl Lash Blast mascara because I knew I would need a new mascara, but I don't remember exactly where it was. I don't think I quite hit $80, but I knew that I would go over my budget. And let me tell you, I went over my budget, but not because of like I got pulled into some kind of deal and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this eyeshadow, this blush or whatever. It was because of practical reasons, so that's why I don't feel too bad, even though I'm pretty over my budget. So first I'm going to give you a summary of what I've been doing with my spending since then. That CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara, which I already have finished a few days ago, cost $6.17. So that, I believe, took me over $80 already because I was like really nearing that number. But a week or so ago, I did a mini kind of Ulta haul because there were a few things that I knew I was running low on, and the reason I did it in the first place was because my mascara was really running low. I literally, when I put it to the light, it actually was empty. So I bought the CoverGirl Exhibitionist just because I've tried it before and I remember liking it. I'll see how I feel now. But this cost $11.99 at Ulta, so it was kind of expensive. Then I also bought the Essence Lash and Brow Clear Mascara because I want to do some frankening with my brown eyeshadows to make a tinted brow mascara, and I need a clear one to do it. If you have any tips on how to do that, please let me know. This cost only $2.99. I also have been running out of foundation. You know that if you watch my recent Dino Pan update where I rolled in a foundation that's running low. So I was like, I want to try a new foundation. So I bought the Revolution Conceal and Define foundation. This cost $12. I thought this was 30 mils, which is a normal size, but turns out it's only 23. And so I don't know why it's this big, but also in the past, I've always bought things that are too dark for me. And so I've gotten to the other extreme now, so I'm always afraid that I'm gonna get something too dark. So I go to the lighter end of the spectrum, and I don't know how well you can tell, but I'm pretty sure this is a tad too light. The foundation I have now is a bit too light, and this is like the same color. So first I'll see if I like this formula, but I might end up buying another color from this range and then mixing them together. And then the last thing I bought was, because I was thinking ahead about all of the bronzer or contour frankens that I want to do in the future, and a lot of them are incorporating shimmery shadows, and obviously I don't want super shimmery contour. But I was like, I'm already going through my mattifying powder really quickly because I use it in a lot of frankens. So instead of using up that when it's a lot more easy to use that on my face as a powder, I thought I would just get like a big tub of powder I could use in frankens. So I got this Revolution Banana Light powder. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be way bigger than it was. Like, this is big, but for some reason when I saw the picture I thought it was gonna be like Cody Airspun big or something. But this has 32 grams, so a lot. So this should last me for a lot of frankens. I figured it's only $8, so it was much more cost effective than going through pressed powders like that in frankens. So everything I bought wasn't like unreasonable. It was just a few things, but altogether I have spent, maybe not personally, but like the things I bought have cost $117.95, which makes me $37.95 over my $80 budget this year. So kind of a fail, but again, this to me doesn't seem like a silly, unnecessary purchase. Like, I was running out of foundation. I might have to get another one though because it's really light. But I wanted to use other products up, so this would help me. It's only $3. I needed a new mascara, and again, this was way more cost effective than what I was doing before. So just everything adds up little by little, you know? And the last thing that I got, but I didn't buy for myself, is basically an early Christmas present because my mom got it for me, but it sent to me. And then she was like, you know what, you can just have it opened early. That's fine. You just get it early for Christmas. But it is this gorgeous double-sided magnetic palette from a Etsy shop called Another Soul. I mean, look at this. This is stunning. I love it, and it's double-sided, and if my math is correct, I should be able to depot all 3 of my BH Cosmetics palettes, and it'll fit perfectly into this, and it'll save me so much space in my storage because I really don't have a ton of space. And I'd eventually like to depot everything, but the BH Cosmetics palettes made the most sense to do first because they're in cardboard packaging, and that seems a lot easier. So this will start that transition into basically an entire collection of singles, which is what I hope to have eventually. So yeah, this was one of the things that was gifted to me, and I'm very happy about it. Last thing to update you guys on is Declutters, the Real Techniques sculpting brush. Yeah, so over the past few months, I noticed the bristles coming out or being loose where I have to like pull them out. And it got worse and worse and worse until like every time I washed it, it would just get bristles stuck in my little like rubber cleanser thing that I use to help wash them, and that was really annoying. But also it got to the point where like chunks would be able to be taken off, and then near the end there, I was just like, how easy can this come out? And then I just ended up pulling out basically the entire brush, but chunk by chunk, because it was just satisfying, and I was like, this is already dying. It's annoying me that it keeps on shedding. I think I bought this my sophomore year of high school, so it's been 4 years or something. Is that how math works? Because I'm a sophomore in college. I don't have to take math classes, so anyways. This is dead. Clearly I can't use it, but I really, really enjoyed using it to apply concealer and foundation. Despite being the sculpting brush, it had this really nice density and shape to get around areas and blend things, but also not like shear them out like a sponge would. I have another brush that works fine. I prefer this, but I will probably eventually buy another one of these or something like it. I don't know. It only lasted like 3.5 years before it started getting weird, so I'm not sure if it's worth getting an exact replica of this. But also, I haven't had this issue with any other Real Techniques brushes, so maybe it's because I use it with cream products, because I don't know how you can tell, but there's like gross remnants of foundation and concealer on the glue, so I'm thinking because I used it with cream and liquid products, that made it kind of fall apart easier because moisture was kind of retained more inside of it compared to my powder brushes. So I don't know if that's something I can avoid with other brushes, or if it's just a Real Techniques thing, or I don't know, but this guy's going. Now to update y'all on what are my plans for 2022. I've decided I'm going to do a replacement only no-buy, similar to what I did a few years ago, and where I specified what I will be able to buy because I know some of the things I won't be going through and need to replace. So I'm only able to buy concealers, mascaras, face powders, maybe foundations because of the color matching thing, and maybe lip gloss or tinted lip balms because I probably will go through some of those, but I'll have to be picky and I might ask things for gifts instead there. My total budget though is going to be $50. Now I know I failed with 80, but I genuinely think I can do 50 if I am clever about it and I only buy replacements. So yeah, I'm doing a 1 out, 1 in rule for every makeup item except for eyeshadows, and I'll get to that later. The only exception for the 1 out, 1 in rule is if it's a really good deal where like a bundle makes more sense to buy and it's something I go through quickly enough. Or in the case of if I buy the wrong shade for concealer foundation, I need something to help mix things to make it work. Or if it is a non-eyeshadow gift, then that's fine. I can get a little bit more, but I don't plan on asking a ton for gifts anyway. The only gifts that are allowed must be on my wish list for at least 6 months, or there's something that I've already bought in the past. Like I really like my Milani Prismatic Peach lip gloss. I'm actually wearing it today. It'd be fine if I asked that for a gift despite it not being on my wish list. I'll probably eventually update you guys on what my wish list looks like now. I know it has gotten smaller, but it has changed a bit. And for eyeshadows, I've decided I'm doing a 1 in, 2 out rule. just so that I'm not asking for a ton of eyeshadows. And that's even applicable for gifts. There is a kid crying outside. Now, I have started this type of eyeshadow project. I believe in my last wish list, I started counting how many things I've used up, and I was like, this is my beginning thing of counting how much I use up. And I believe then I was going to do it 1 in, 1 out, but I've changed that, but I still counted since then, and since then I've only finished 9 eyeshadows, which means I would be able to buy 4 if I wanted to, for instance, or ask for a quad or something like that. But there is another specification for that rule. I'm not allowed to buy the 2 main single eyeshadow hauls that I'll want eventually doing. I talked about Clarity Cosmetics and Sydney Grace. I'm not allowed to ask for those as gifts until these 2 Wet n Wild palettes are completely done. And I know they don't look close to being done, but trust me, I have frankening plans. A lot of these will be frankened into non-eyeshadow things. And you will see a Franken video in the next few weeks. If I am unable to finish, for instance, these 2 dark, basically almost black shades, they look like green and brown in the pan, but they basically look like black on the eyes. If those are still around, I might call this an empty. It depends on how I feel. I believe that is it for my 2021 low buy update and my 2022 RONB intro. So throughout the next year, I will be updating you guys on what I buy in terms of replacements, and if I get any gifts by chance, and how I'm doing for my eyeshadow progress. Obviously only 9 now, and in order to get all the ones I want, I'll need somewhere between 40 and 50, I don't remember, so it'll be a while, but I'm wanting to slow down on my purchases because I've been wearing a lot less makeup ever since I got to in-person school. We'll see how things work out next semester and my makeup usage, but that is that update. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye!